Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Fury, and this movie is directed by David Ayer, and it came out in 2014. I was curious to check this movie out because this was one of the films that David Ayer made before Suicide Squad, and I was curious to see how good of a movie he could make if a studio doesn't interfere with him. And I don't think this movie had any studio interference, or at least nothing that I heard of. And there were things that I liked about it. I liked some scenes in it. There were parts of it that were kind of memorable-ish. I liked some things that was trying to get at, like it was trying to focus a bit more on the drama of war, not so much the horrors of it. And at a certain point, it felt like that's what the movie was setting up for itself to be. But then it kind of just does a mix of both of what I just said and also the horrors of war in ways and consequences of it. And I did think that there were some good practical effects in this movie. And the movie did look authentic to the time period. It's supposed to take place in 1945. But I didn't really care for this movie that much. Largely because I didn't care about any of the characters. I don't find any of them interesting. And they're just all kind of boring characters, and it's a lot of just them all blending into the same character. I get it. They're all soldiers. They all kind of have this macho attitude to them, but it does get kind of annoying after a while because it's just seeing the same scene over and over again. It just feels like I'm getting beaten over the head with it, and we're not being introduced to anything new. And the movie is like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I don't feel as though that runtime was justified at all. Like, I didn't feel as though the movie explored nearly enough to justify that runtime, and as a war movie, you don't really get much war. You're expecting some action scenes, but even that, it's not really all that satisfying. Not to say that there's so few action scenes in this movie, but rather, I don't really care about the action scenes, and they're not, like, impressively done. Like, there's good practical effects, but that's about it. Like, that's not enough to engage me into the scene. That's not enough to make me care about the characters. That's not enough to make the story interesting. Like, that's something that is important, but you're also missing quite a few other things. And I also didn't really like the music in this movie. I just found it to be very bland and hollow and not very complimentary to any scene that it's in. And it just also felt a little too familiar to other movies that I've seen. The only scene that I kind of liked was when Brad Pitt was training the main character to kill people. And I thought that was a good enough scene, and I liked the choice to have no music in that scene. I thought that was very effective, but that was about it. And to compare this movie to other war movies that I've seen that connect with me a lot better, I like Apocalypse Now a lot better, and same with Black Hawk Down, because at the very least they have things that keep me chewing and interesting, story-wise, character-wise, and overall with the general presentation of the film. And it's complementary to everything that I'm seeing while watching the movie. There's also some like moments where like the dialogue is very standout and memorable to me, and there's parts about those movies that are like striking and like leave an impact on me, and I can remember them. But this movie just didn't have anything like that. It was we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's nothing really about those scenes that separates it from A, any other scene in the movie, and B, from any other war movie that I've seen. So it's just a lot of nothing happening for most of it, and it was just very bland and hollow. It wasn't a terrible movie. I just got nothing out of it. So I wouldn't recommend checking this movie out because I just don't think it's a good 2 hour and 15 minutes investment. So that's just my opinion. But it's fine. If you want to check it out, give it a shot for like 30 minutes. And if you don't feel as though it's connecting with you, then shut it off right there because it's not going to get any better. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Fury a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Fury, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for One Cut of the Dead. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.